الآن
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our MISAD Bulletin. And we shall start with our headlines. Spain warns it will act if Catalonia declares independence. Egypt's president thanks the national football team for World Cup qualifying victory. And moving on to our details, starting with Spain's political turmoil. Spanish Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy warned anew on Monday that Spain will not be divided by a declaration of independence from Catalonia and said the government is ready to respond to any such attempt. This comes as Catalan Regional President Carles Puigdemont plans to address the Catalan Parliament on Tuesday evening to debate the current political situation. Separatist politicians say there will be a declaration of independence for the northeastern region during that session. Still, Rajoy was being as explicit as possible in warning that the national government in Madrid would not stand for such a declaration. In relation to the context, French European Affairs Minister Nathalie Loiseau says France will not recognize Catalonia if it unilaterally declares independence from Spain. Speaking on a French channel, Loiseau said on Monday that if there were to be a declaration of independence, it would be unilateral, it would not be recognized. She added that a declaration of independence would immediately result in Catalonia's departure from the 28-nation European Union. This comes as Catalan Regional President Carles Puigdemont plans to address the Catalan Parliament on Tuesday evening to debate the current political situation. Going to the United States, President Donald Trump has told congressional leaders that his hardline immigration priorities must be enacted in exchange for extending protection from deportation to hundreds of thousands of young immigrants. Trump's list of demands included overhauling the country's green card system, a crackdown on unaccompanied minors entering the country, and building his promised wall along the southern border. In a letter to House and Senate leaders released by the White House on Sunday, Trump said the priorities were the product of a bottom-up review of all immigration policies that he had ordered to determine what legislative reforms are essential for America's economic and national security. Meanwhile, Nate slogged its way across the U.S. East Coast on Monday, dumping heavy rains and bringing gusty winds to inland states as a tropical depression. Nate quickly lost strength on Sunday. However, by dawn, Nate's receding floodwaters didn't reveal any obvious signs of widespread damage in the city. Nate was expected to bring 3 to 6 inches of rain to the deep south, eastern Tennessee Valley, and southern Appalachians through Monday. The Ohio Valley, central Appalachians, and northeast could also get heavy rain before the storm exits Maine on Tuesday. Also on Monday, a new tropical depression formed far out over the Atlantic, with maximum sustained winds near 35 miles per hour. On another side, an overcrowded boat carrying Rohingya Muslims fleeing Myanmar capsized in the confluence of a river and the Bay of Bengal, and at least 12 people died, including 5 children. Police said on Monday that up to 35 people were on the boat and 8 survived the capsizing. Police also said rescuers have retrieved 12 dead bodies, but it was not exactly clear how many were missing, adding that the search was continuing but the sea remained rough. The capsizing occurred near the Shah Porir Dwip in Bangladesh, southern coastal district of Cox's Bazar, as the boat was moving toward Bangladesh late Sunday. Meanwhile, in Islamabad, gunmen ambushed a car with minority Shiite Muslims in the southwestern Pakistani city of Quetta, killing 4 of them and a passerby, while a Taliban attack on a military vehicle in northwestern Pakistan left 3 soldiers dead. In the attack in Quetta, the capital of Balochistan province, 2 other passers-by were also wounded, according to police, but no one claimed responsibility for the attack. Moreover, an early morning attack when a soldier's vehicle came under fire in the Dusali area killed 3 soldiers in North Waziristan and wounded 7 others, according to what officials said. And away from politics, the Nobel Prize in Economics has been awarded to Richard Thaler of the University of Chicago for research showing how people's choices on economic matters are not always rational. The 9 million kroner, $1.1 million prize was awarded to the academic for his understanding the psychology of economics, according to what the Swedish Academy of Science said on Monday. Thaler is considered one of the founding fathers of behavioral economics, a field that shows that people often make decisions that don't serve their best interests. The Nobel Committee said Thaler has provided a more realistic analysis of how people think and behave when making economic decisions. And moving on to our economic news, global stock markets traded in our ranges on Monday with positive sentiment weighed down by jitters over developments in Spain's Catalonia region, tensions over North Korea, and mixed U.S. jobs data. In Europe, Germany's DAX was unchanged at 12,960, while France CAC 40 was steady at 5,360. London's FTSE 100 was down 0.2% at 7,505. U.S. stocks were poised for a solid opening, with Dow futures and the broader S&P 500 futures up 0.2%. From another aspect, the Shanghai Composite Index rose 0.8% to 3,374.38, and Sydney's S&P ASX 200 gained 0.5% to 5,739.30. And finally, sports news. Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has offered his thanks to the Egyptian national football team for their World Cup qualifying victory against Congo on Sunday night. President al-Sisi greeted the team members on stage, saying they made more than 100 million Egyptians happy and proud. He also wished the team a great performance during the tournament, which starts in June 2018. This comes as Egypt qualified for the competition on Sunday night by beating Congo 2-1 in a gripping match at Alexandria's Borg Al Arab Stadium, putting them top of Group E with 1 game in hand. And before ending our news, let's take another look at the most important headlines for today. Spain warns it will act if Catalonia declares independence. Egypt's president thanks the national football team for World Cup qualifying victory. And we reach the end of our MISAT bulletin for today. Thank you for joining us, and see you tomorrow in a new bulletin.